it's Ross here from Football DNA, and today we're going to be discussing that transition from 9-a-side to 11-a-side. Arguably the most difficult for young players to cope with, not necessarily just on the pitch but also off the pitch. That move into 11-a-side football comes at a time where children are going through puberty, maturation affects all the different shapes and sizes of children, and there's also a lot going on with school and friends too. So looking at ways in which you can support your players with coping with that transition is one of the most important, and that's to ensure children are able to successfully adapt but also don't lose the love or motivation to play football. So whilst looking at different principles is going to be really critical to help your players understand what they need to do in possession, out possession, but also in transition like we've spoken about in previous vlogs, today we're just going to be exploring some different formations and how you can add plays into those formations from 9-a-side into 11-a-side to help your players with their understanding as they move into the bigger game. The first formation I'm going to look at is the 1-3-3-2, which consists of 2 forwards, 3 in midfield and 3 at the back. So when you're using this formation in 9-a-side football, you can talk about the back 3, your midfield 3 and your front 2. So to help that transition, all this formation does as you move into 11-a-side is you're starting to add these wing back plays in, and it moves into a 1-3-5-2. Previously, when you're playing in 9-a-side, because of the width of the pitch, your midfield 3 are able to cover the whole width of the pitch, and they would slide across as a unit to defend when they're out of possession, but also work with the full-backs to join in attacks to support the strikers. By adding these wing-backs into your team now, it allows you to be more compact as a midfield 3, but also get your wing-backs to join into the attack, but also recover and support the defensive 3 as well. And with that, it also helps to introduce defenders stepping in with play. So when you've got 3 at the back, often your left back and right back, or the 3 centre backs, act as a left back and right back and join in. So it's going to develop skill sets around them travelling with the ball into space, stepping in with the ball, but also getting higher up the pitch. When you bring your full-backs in, they're now able to do that job. But there's no reason why your centre-backs can't step in with the ball and join into the attack too. And this is a formation you're now starting to see more and more in the Premier League and across worldwide football, with defenders now becoming more comfortable with being able to step into play. And you're finding midfielders now going into play in those midfield 3 positions as well. The next formation we're going to be looking at in that transition from 9 to 11-a-side is the 1-4-4-2. When you're playing 9-a-side, that will be a 1-2-4-2, and there's a real emphasis on your defenders working as a pair, but also your wide players coming back and supporting as well. By adding in your full-backs, all you're looking to do is provide support for how your team defends, particularly in wide areas where you may get caught out in your 9-a-side because of the spaces that are left down the sides. So it allows you now to be more compact and have full-backs are able to defend and support the 2 centre-backs in defending in those wide areas. And likewise, when you're playing out from the back too now, you have more options and more passing lines to be able to play out from the back as well. By introducing those full-backs too, it now gives you an extra opportunity to create overloads in wide areas. When you're playing at 1-2-4-2, you'll find that defenders are often restricted to staying centrally because of the potential risk that is left in if a defender is to move forwards. So by introducing those wide plays now, you can start introducing the relationship between the fullback and the wide player, both when the team has the ball, but also without it as well. The next formation we're going to be looking at is the 1-3-2-3 in 9-a-side, but then the 1-3-4-3 in 11-a-side. In 9-a-side, this formation can often be used as a 1-3-4-1 when the team's out of possession to help the team defend across the width of the pitch, but also remain compact in the middle as well. That means when teams attack, they have the 7, 9 and 11, and it's a brilliant formation to help support your players in being able to work as a front 3, but also encouraging fullbacks or defenders to join into the attack. And often you find in this formation that you have lots of situations where you're having to defend 1 versus 1, because often the right back and left back don't act as centre backs. They also have opportunities to join into the attack too. And in terms of your midfield too, you're now looking at when one joins, how does the other one support? And maybe they may stay. Or likewise, if a player or both players join in the attack, how do they then cover and fill the space that has been vacated by the team? So when you're moving into 11-a-side, this formation can often be used as either a flat 3 across the middle and making your front 3 quite narrow, and then your 2 players coming in almost as wing backs so they can join in the attack but also support the defence as well. And it looks like a 5-2-3 when defending. If the front 3 become narrow, there's more opportunities for players to play between those half spaces of the opposition team, and you can maintain width by your full-backs or your wing-backs as well when you're attacking too. Likewise, some teams may decide that it'd be better to play a diamond in that midfield 3 as well. So again, not affecting where your 2 central midfielders play. What this will allow the team to do is have more width from the front 3 when they've got the ball, but also out of possession. But when the team then looks to defend and slide across, as a team, it really means that you can be compact on one side of the pitch and try and win the ball on that side of the pitch too. Because of the number of players you've got centrally, it'll make it difficult for the opposition to break down. The challenge will be dealing with those switches of play when, if teams can play, going across the other side, there may be overloads that create. And teams need to transfer and transition across quickly if the ball's shifted from one side of the pitch to the other.